Tray liners, guys. Do we use them when we wrap? Do we use them like this when we wrap? Do we know why we use absorbent liners when we wrap? What about this? Somebody was a little lazy, but does it serve its purpose? We're used to seeing it like this, right? And this, honestly, that's not doing anything. What about rigid containers? No liner? What's the pros and cons? Or liners? Let's get right into it, guys. Well, all right, guys, welcome back to W.D.Y.D. CSP. What do you do as a central sterile processor? Guys, today we're going to ask the question, going back to basics, to line or not to line? That is the question. What are you doing in your facility? Absorbent tray liners, guys. I'm going to be honest. When I first went to a facility that wasn't using absorbent tray liners and rigid containers, I was kind of left with a lot of questions. I mean, I was like, wow, what's your wet loads look like? Does your OR complain about not being able to see bioburden? Why do you choose not to line? I mean, why take that risk? Lining baskets help facilitate drying. It kind of stops instruments from going through the perforations. And they were like, well, we don't have problems with wet packs. We place our smaller items into craft papers, holders, and the OR never really complains about anything. So, we chose to budget out because we can go through a lot of liners, right? But, do you have to line a basket? Honest truth is no, but why do we line our baskets? Why do most facilities decide that they have to line their baskets? Well, if you're using an absorbent liner, it's not much different than a paper towel. It's just low lensing and, formulated to withstand the steam sterilization. The main purpose of absorbent liners inside of baskets is to help facilitate drying. Okay, many of the IFUs have a 30-minute dry time. And if your sterilizers aren't working efficiently, that may not be enough time to dry your instruments. So the liner helps facilitate that drying. And it provides a little bit of protection between the metal basket and the instruments. Metal on metal contact is always a big, cringing. If you have insulated instruments against metal baskets, the metal's always going to win and damage that insulation. So it does offer protection. But if protection's all you need, well, you can use this silicone mat. It does nothing for drying, but as far as protection, you can't get no better than this. The little fingers hold the instruments in place, gives it that cushion. Instruments aren't going to move around in the tray, so excellent. Excellent. Just make sure you take it out before you clean that basket, right? What else is there? There's also these foam sheets, right? These foam liners, and they can be ordered exactly the same size as the basket. You don't have to fold it the way I am. I'm folding this one just to demonstrate, but you take this little foam insert, place it in your basket, and it offers excellent protection of your instrumentation. It does nothing to help facilitate drying, but your instruments will be well protected. So that is the reason why we line our baskets. If we're using absorbent liners, the main purpose is to facilitate drying. If we're using anything else like a silicone mat or the foam, it's for the protection. Metal to metal is always a bad thing. Metal against anything will cause damage. But let's get rid of the rigid containers. Let's clear our space out. And let's talk about using liners when wrapping trays. So let's go ahead and get our SMS wrap out. We're going to lay our SMS out and we're going to grab our basket and we're going to ask, why do we line our baskets when we use SMS wrap? Well, if we use an absorbent liner, well, you can go ahead and place your absorbent liner right on the SMS wrap and put the tray right on top. This is going to provide assistance when drying, but it's going to do nothing to form a protective layer between the basket and the SMS wrap. First of all, the absorbent liner is too thin. It becomes brittle when it goes through the sterilizer, and it's not going to give you that protection that you think you're going to get. Now, I showed you with the liner underneath, and if you don't open the liner up, it will be thicker and it may give you a little bit of protection. But this is not how you normally see absorbent liner used, right? You're normally going to see absorbent liner opened up, and it's going to be wrapped around the tray like such. Okay, again, this is going to offer a benefit to speed up the drying process, but it's going to do little in forming that protective layer between the basket and the actual SMS wrap. If you ever see anybody put the liner on top of a basket like that, do yourself a favor. Pull them to the side, have a conversation, because they're not understanding what the purpose is of lining a basket prior to sterilization. Can you do it like this? If you see somebody do it like that, they may have an idea of why they're using liners, but they were a little lazy in that they didn't want to open that liner up. Again, pull them to the side, have calm conversation with them, and let them know, hey, it just looks better, right? But if you're just trying to prevent tears and holes in your liner and want to give that extra protection between the basket and the SMS wrap, I'm sorry, not the liner, the SMS wrap, these foam sheets are excellent. You can wrap a small tray. Again, they come in different sizes. And when you wrap it in the SMS, it provides that cushion from that extra handling that happens after sterilization. We already know that these trays get handled dozens of times before they go in the OR. So you can use that little foam sleeve. What else is out there? Well, you got these foam tabs too, or these foam blocks. A little bit thicker, much thicker than the actual foam sheets. And you can put it on the small baskets like such to give a little bit more cushion between the basket and the SMS wrap. For larger baskets, you can go ahead and put them on the side like this and protect those sharp edges, which is where the common causes of the tears and holes are in the SMS wrap. Okay, so you can place them like such, and it'll provide an excellent barrier and give you that layer of protection that you're looking for. What else is out there? Corner protectors. Now, these are foam corner protectors. They are one-time use, and you can go ahead and place one under all four corners and on top of the tray itself if you're thinking about stacking wrap trays, which you shouldn't, but sometimes very unavoidable. This is solely to offer protection and minimize the occurrence of tears and holes in the SMS wrap. This does nothing to help facilitate drying like a linen wrap would do, right? That offers that drying capability or assistance in drying. Well, all right, guys, as always, stay true to yourselves, keep it 100, continue educating yourself, and until next time, guys, peace.